Hello, Farmer Llama here, and at long last I am back on Western Wilds. It's been a few months since I've been able to record or upload anything for you guys. I've had a lot going on away from the YouTube side of things, but I finally got a bit of spare time in my hands. So I figured, why not jump back on here? I'm going to try and get a video recorded on here, and then I'm going to look at doing one on Somerset Farms afterwards. Hopefully I can get them both done and uploaded for you today. I did go back and I've watched the last couple of episodes that we did just to try and figure out where we were. And we left off last episode with this grass ready to harvest. So I've quickly gone around and done that before I start recording. You can see me harvest the grass and hay it all up, ted it, windrow it, all of that before on this series. So I got that done quickly before I jumped on, and I managed to get a fairly good load, which we can take to the train yard now to get sold. Hopefully get a bit of money. We also have a couple of pallets of grapes to sell, and then I think there's not much for today. One other thing I did do as well, actually, you might have noticed it there if you've watched any of the previous ones. The farmer wholesale market that we had placed over there, I found that when I was selling grapes, I kept driving over the trigger and accidentally selling them there. So I did just move that up to the back of my farm. It's up right at the back by my greenhouse. I haven't connected it to any of the pubs or anything yet because we don't have the money for that. But that's moved out of the way now, so I can just take my grapes along this main track here without having to worry about accidentally selling a bunch for cheaper than I want to. So that's a couple of bits that I've done off camera. Other than that, we're in the same position that we were when we left it. We're about a month away from our canola harvest. The last time we harvested, we were able to buy the header for the combine, but we couldn't afford the combine itself, so we had to lease that. I believe it costs about 26,000. I'm not too sure how close we're going to get to that with what we have to sell over today and tomorrow in game. Hopefully it will get us at least a lot closer to the mark. If we get close enough, we could always chop down a tree or two just to make up the final little bit. I know I said a few times I want to get away from trees as soon as possible, and I've done pretty well recently not having to chop any down, so I'm hoping to continue that, but if I've got to do it, then I've got to do it. It would be worth it for the harvester. I could get myself stuck here. This is not a great start. Just trying to get the trailer over to this side so I can try to unload all the bales directly into the sale point rather than having to do them individually. As you can see, it's going very well. Free. I am not going to do this again next time. I thought I was really going to save myself so much time here. I done the opposite. It actually appears to be a little bit. What am I getting stuck on? Is it just the trailer dragging along? It's the tractor getting stuck on the tracks. I didn't think that would be the case. I need to try and hook myself back up to this now. It's going to be difficult because of the angle. Oh, I got it. I've really made a mess of this, haven't I? I'm going to try and get over to here so I'm not on the tracks. I'm not moving at all here. This is not quite the time-saving endeavour I thought it would be. Oh, we've got movement, we've got movement. We're there. That's what I wanted to do. Now I can unload the bales. A bunch of them will sell, and I'm stuck in... Oh, what am I? I'm making a mess of this. Right. Let's try this again. No, I need to move this trader out of the way. This hasn't been the grand return to the series that I quite hoped it would be. In fact, it's been the opposite. I'm really not doing well here. I am getting there though, slowly but surely. These bales are getting sold. Tried to throw that one and it went nowhere. And that one as well. Looking at the amount of money that we are getting from this, I don't think we will have enough to buy the harvester. But we do still have... We'll have 3 or 4 pallets of grapes to sell overall. I'm going to check the price. If the price is better tomorrow, I'm going to save the ones that we have at the moment and just sell them all tomorrow. Just in the hope that I can get a little bit extra that might get me that bit closer. I do also have a few other bales hanging around at the farm. It's not much, it's about 1/5 of a trailer. So we've got about 9,000 from that, so I can expect about 8,500. So probably about 1,600 from the ones that I have left. Getting close to 12k, so I'm just under halfway. I don't think we're going to have enough. I think no matter what the grapes are worth, I don't think we will have enough. Which kind of sucks. Unless we're lucky enough to have something in the sale. Or, I mean, it's not quite the one we want, but it's a little bit cheaper. I think. Let's actually check the prices. So this is the one we were using. It was a Dominator 85. That one in the sale is a little bit cheaper, but even with the few hundred quid off, I don't think we'll quite get there. Looks like we're going to be leasing again. Although the canola harvest should give us a fair bit of money. I think it's at a good price. It's at 11.25 at the moment. It's dropping though, and it's going to drop a lot next month. We'll still get a lot though. We've got good fertiliser on that field, no weeds, high yield. And if it gives me enough to buy the combine, I will buy it then and there, ready for next time. Maybe I invest in sheep. Sheep are definitely something I want to get into sooner rather than later. Brilliant for making money. Oh, that's actually, I've got chickens. How many eggs do my chickens have? And when are the eggs valuable? Eggs are just about to hit the worst they could possibly be, so that's not really an option. pretty sure I saw as well when we drove past earlier, there's not that many there. Let's just cut across the grass and have a look. No, not many at all. Plenty of food left, so that's good. Right, we'll go back to moving then. We'll get the rest of these bales sold. And I will check the price of the grapes on my way back and see if it's going to be worth selling them today or tomorrow. But bring you guys back once I've done all of that. You've seen me sell bales already. It will get a bit boring if I just do it again and again. Alright, so the grapes, turns out they were better this month than they will be in March. So I did go sell them. I also had half a pallet of eggs laying around. I figured I'd just take them with me whilst I'm going that way, get them sold as well. So I've got 5,500 in total for both of those, which pulls me up to just shy of 17,000. So we're still a good, I believe, about 9,000 off. So we're 9,000 off that one, but I don't know if that would fit the header that we have. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd risk it either. But that's where we're at the moment. I'm just going to check on productions just to see. Oh, this one's running a little low on water, so I need to get that filled up. Just check the cucumber one, and that's doing alright. And I did work it out quickly that if I bought a front loader, paid for the front loader, and then sold all my cucumbers, I'd lose money. So I'm not going to buy the front loading for this yet, but eventually we will have to get it. Now I have changed the distribution on it so that instead of being on storing, it's on selling. I've never really played around with that before, but what I'm hoping that means is that, you know, every time a pallet fills up, instead of storing it in there, it's just going to automatically sell it for me. That's the hope. If it does that, I've got a few pallets over there already. I'm hoping it does it overnight. If it does, that along with the grapes we can sell tomorrow, I mean, we will be very, very close. And if we get as close as I think we'll get, I probably will just chop down a tree or two, just to get to the last little bit. I don't know why I didn't start unloading it then. I've gone all the way around for nothing. Oh, that's the one. Been a while since I played this. Just trying to remember controls. It's getting there though. So yeah, so that's the situation we're in at the moment. I think the harvester we were looking at was 26,000, so we're about 10,000 short. The hope is we can get that 10,000 in one day. Whether we will or not, that's an entirely different question, and I might even be wrong about the harvest time. Maybe it's not next month. Maybe it's a month after. If it's a month after, I feel like we can definitely make it. If it's next month, we'll see how close we are. If we're within a couple of thousand, a couple of trees will give us the money, so at that point we may as well chop down the trees. How much can this actually hold? Looks like about 10,000, so we'll get going, we'll get this filled up, but I think that's about all we can really do for today. We've got the grass harvest done, that gave us plenty of money from that hay. Got the grapes and the eggs sold, which just gave us that little bit extra, but there's not really anything else going on the farm today. I just want to check the map just to see how dark a green this is. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be ready next month. What are they like for weeds? Do either of them have weeds? Do they need some herbicide? Or is it not going to tell me because it's going to come up saying I need lime or ploughing or something? Yeah, I need lime. Alright, let's get rid of that. Wait for it to load again. I'm seeing a small patch of green there, which gives me the feeling... Yeah, so it looks like I have already put the herbicide onto them. So I'm quite excited about this canola harvest. I think it'll be our biggest paycheck so far from one item. We're going to get a good yield on it. Most of the field is double fertilised. It's weeded. It's been rolled. So hopefully it will just give us enough. That's all I want. I just want enough. That'll do for filling that. So I'll spin this back round, get parked up, and then what we'll do is we'll skip ahead to the next day. We'll see what is going on. Right, there we are. Oh, I missed my house. Where's the... I want to sleep. Where's the sleep? There we go. So go for 9 AM like usual. Now part of me hopes this field is ready to harvest and part of me hopes it isn't. I feel like either way I'll be happy. If it's not ready, we can definitely get a combine harvester for it. If it is ready, then we've got a field to harvest. Now my money did go up a little bit, so it looks like some cucumbers sold. So I'm just going to run over here. And have a look to see, number one, is this ready? Which it doesn't look like it is. But is that because it hasn't updated yet? Ah, right, so there's no cucumbers, so it only sells the ones that are stored. So I've still got just under 3,000 litres of cucumbers here, which I can't sell at the moment. But from now on, anything that gets produced, which will be 672, so not much. I think this greenhouse might have been a bit of a waste of money. A little bit. It doesn't look like this is ready. I think I've got to wait another month. I do have to wait another month. Okay. What are those 3 little dots there? Huh. Never noticed them before. Right, so I guess we've got some grapes to sell. We'll get them sold. We'll see how the chickens are doing for food and for eggs. The food I might just leave when they run out, and then wait until I've got my wheat harvest and start using the wheat that I'm growing to feed these guys, so I don't have to keep paying. Okay, so we've got a good amount. They've got a good amount of food left as well, actually. Okay, so we'll do the same as we did yesterday. We'll get a couple of little bits sold. Got 2 pallets of grapes plus a little bit extra of a pallet of eggs, but I'm expecting about the same amount. Nothing worth it in the shop. Yeah, I think this will take me up to about 23,500 would be my guess, which would be absolutely perfect, because then when I do the same tomorrow, we'll be there. We'll have enough for the harvester. So I think we'll skip through these 2 days. Just sell the little bits that we can. This isn't something I really wanted to do loads of at the beginning of the series, just skipping ahead days, because it's such an easy way to get rich. You put down one production, you keep skipping ahead, you keep selling. But I don't really have any other option. There's not really anything else for me to do on the farm. So it's either skip the day or stand around doing nothing. I'd much rather skip it. So we will be making progress a little bit quicker. But I don't want to go too slow. At the same time, I don't want to be storming ahead, but I don't want to be going too slow. I feel like when it's going too slow, it gets a little bit tedious. You're doing the same thing over and over again. But I think once I get to a point where I can afford that harvester, then the next big thing I'll really be saving for, I think, will be possibly bees first, because they're just passive income. Just let them build up until it's a good month to sell, and then sell the lot. You can make a lot of money off of them. After bees, I'm probably looking at sheep. With the money coming in from chickens, sheep, 2 fields I've got, 3 fields if you include the grass one. And the money from everything combined might at that point be enough to buy a second plot of land. And at some point in that whole process, I do want to build myself a yard. The little one that I had built at the beginning of the series, it's not really fit for purpose anymore. Got a lot of equipment lying around and nowhere to store it. Right. I really hope this is going to give me as much as I think it is. It won't do it if I do that. Right, so there's 4,000 already. Plus an extra 1,300, so yeah, 5,500. So I'm on 23,500. Which is about where I wanted to end off this day. Because now I know if I sleep one more time, sell another 2 pallets of grapes, I will have a combine harvester at long last. So I will be able to harvest my own field of canola without having to worry about leasing it. Save me money in the long run. That would be brilliant. Because now we can just worry about other expenses on the farm that will make us even more money. Yeah, this is good. I think the series is going pretty well so far. I think we've made a good start. I'm pretty sure this is episode 10, so it's taken us 10 episodes to be able to buy our first combine harvester. It's a bit slower than I would have wanted, but we've made good progress. We've built up a nice little farmland over here. So progress is slow, but not too slow. I think we're doing well. But here we are, back at the farm. I'll just jump in, head straight to sleep. Not a very productive day, that one, but yeah, that happens. You get the odd day like that. Right, I want to keep an eye on my money this time as well and see how much it goes up. Great demand at farmers market, £71 in probably. Didn't actually tell me. Is it going to tell me what that great demand is for? No. Farmers market. Ah, the farmers market isn't the wholesale, it's a different thing. So what is the great demand for, and do I have any of it? I do not, by the looks of it. I've got 3 pallets of grapes to sell today, even better. But the big question, and I Didn't even think to check this yet. Is it even ready to harvest? I mean, at this point it really should be. Moment of truth. Yes! We have a canola field ready to harvest. Which means I need to get these grapes sold. And this is going to be a much busier... Oh! I hate that little bug. Go flying on a pallet. But, yeah, as I was saying, we're going to have a much busier day today than we have done the last couple, which will be good. But it will be worth it. It'll definitely be a lot more to do today, but the amount of money that I'm hoping to make off of this field will make the extra effort worthwhile. I'm going to assume we have about the same amount of eggs. Which actually, I don't need to take them with me this time. I don't need to worry about the money as much. No, we'll leave them there. We've got a few more actually, but we'll leave them. Now that we've got, or will have the big purchase out of the way, I think I can afford to let stuff stock up a little bit more so that we can get the maximum amount of money. Because I think if I let those chickens produce the eggs all year round and sold them at the peak, I could make a lot of money off of them. And we can start to do the same with the grapes now as well. Can't really do the same with the crops to start with because I don't have a silo. But hopefully eventually I will get one. I think that's going to be where the series really starts to turn, is where I'm making enough money and I've got enough productions that I can hold stuff until it's at its peak. The amount of extra money you make by simply waiting a couple of months really makes that extra time worth it. But we don't have to think about that right now. Right now all I can think about is... I didn't realise there was actual trains that came from here. I probably did and I've just forgotten. Like I said at the beginning, it's been a few months since I've been on this map. Oh, that's not actually on the map though, is it? That's... Yeah, I see, it's just behind. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted. How is that long yesterday? There we go. And there we are. Just under 30,000, which means before anything else. Why is the pails everywhere? Don't understand that. But what does the chopper do? Don't know. Not worried about it. Do I want a roof? Oh, you can get a full cab for it. But I'm not worried about the extra expenses. A little farmer will be alright out in the open. We save every penny we can. Get this back to the farm, and yeah, we did it. Successful couple of days, I think. I know it's a bit of a slower episode, this one, not really anything major going on. It's just a lot of selling stuff and making a bit of money, just a couple of little bits around the farm. But these episodes are important, you know. Everything adds up. We finally made it. We have our combine harvester. We have a field ready to harvest, which I'm eager to get into. So I know I said I'm going to record a Somerset Farms video next, but you know, it is very tempting to just back-to-back record two of these so I can get this harvest done. But I don't know, I'll get this one edited first. It's been a while since you guys have had any content for me to watch, so I want to get this edited, get it up there. But yeah, I'm back. I'm back here on Western Wilds. It feels good to be back. Hopefully, I can keep up with uploads a bit more now. We'll just have to see. There might be a time again coming up soon where I do disappear for a little while. If I do, I'll try to keep you posted. I do have a Twitter account up and running now, so you can follow me at farmerllama_YT. Give that a follow. I will keep you up to date with upcoming uploads and plans, and you'll get notified on there when I do upload to YouTube. But if you subscribe to the channel right here on YouTube, you can get those notifications as well. So that will be it for today. If you have enjoyed it, do remember to drop a thumbs up down below, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if you're excited to be back here on the farm with me. It's surprised it's not overgrown the amount of time we left it for, but as I said, it's brilliant to be back. Sorry I disappeared for a while, but you know, life gets in the way when you're only just starting out on YouTube. I couldn't exactly, got other stuff going on, got to keep my job, but hopefully we'll keep up to date with uploads a bit better this time, and yeah, we'll see where things go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.